So I've started doing something different. The weather's been really nice lately, and gas is getting a little high. So I decided to get out my bike and start riding my bike to and from work, since I only live about 2.5 miles from where I work, and it's been pretty nice so far. I was kind of surprised at how well my cardio has been, given that all I do is squat, bench, deadlift, overhead press. Really, that's it. I don't do any cardio training, but even riding to and from work, I don't break a sweat. Going to work and coming home, and my legs really don't get too tired. So I guess there is some benefit to having these giant quads that I built up. But one thing that was kind of nice today is that I basically got home from riding my bike and got got home, got all my stuff put away, walked downstairs, did a set of 135, did a set of 185, and then just went straight into doing 240. And kind of my normal thing, to where I didn't feel super warmed up in the first set, but by the second I was like ready to go, and things were just moving really nicely. So it's not a bad warm up. Doing a light bike ride, well, light, but doing like a 15-16 minute bike ride coming home. So it might be the answer I've been looking for, and trying to figure out how to warm up and get like that, just that little bit extra feeling. And I imagine that as I keep doing this over the spring, summer, and fall, that my legs are going to get a lot more conditioned to riding my bike to and from work. So it'll be an interesting experiment. It's give me an extra like 30 minutes of exercise a day, at least on the days when it's not raining. So like, for example, I'm not going to do it tomorrow because it's going to be raining tomorrow pretty much all day. But it's something nice, a little bit different. Something I've been kind of trying to figure out how to work into my schedule, that may be doing a little bit of cardio here or there. Another nice aspect of it is that I just woke up this morning without any issue. Sometimes it can take me a little bit to kind of like get out of bed, but having that extra motivator of saying, hey, I need to get up and go do this, I was able to just get up and go. So I'm definitely going to keep doing this just because it's working out so far. I've only done it for 2 days, but even then it's been just feeling pretty natural. I think that the difficulties that I was having on Monday's workout were Tuesday's workout was definitely a result of me just being sore from the workout on Saturday. So just need to kind of take it easy and kind of keep things in mind of the conditions I'm going into. You're not always going to have an ideal workout, and to have that be my first like bad workout in 4 months, I'll take it. So I'll keep pushing things, seeing where I go. I am going to definitely see how I feel on Saturday and kind of debate whether I want to try doing block pulls or swap them out for something else, like doing sumo deadlifts or something. But I don't know. We'll have to just keep going. Things moved pretty well today. And speaking of moving well, in the bench press, I did 5 sets at 155, which is really interesting to me because this was a weight that would have been the second heaviest weight for me about a month and a half ago, and now it's just cruising along. I remember having a little bit of difficulty with it at that time, but now I'm just repping it out with no problem. So definitely getting stronger on bench. Definitely helps to just keep doing it. And I am paying a lot of mind to my technique as I'm going through. Whenever I was doing this, the first year and a half benching, I didn't have a lot of good leg drive. I didn't have good tension in my shoulders. So pulling my shoulder blades together and pulling them down, getting them in position with doing this, having an ideal hand position. I really didn't have that. And so my bench was neglected compared to other exercises in my repertoire. So the fact that I'm progressing at weights that I would have historically had difficulty with for over 2 years is exciting for me. So I am still feeling fairly confident that maybe in a month or two, I'll be able to finally hit a 225 bench press for, a single rep, maybe even higher depending on how things keep going. I do think that I need to find a way to incorporate heavy singles into my training, or just kind of pick one every couple of weeks to do and just kind of feel out the singles. Maybe not like max it out, but get kind of close and kind of ride the line. So that way I can do that weight like multiple times. But I don't know. It's just moving very well, and I'm just very happy with how everything's going. So I really have high hopes for this, and it's I know I keep repeating myself. It's not like a broken record, but it's nice. Going to the last set again. I was not tired at all. I found that my heart rate was actually fairly low when doing these compared to like squats where my heart rate can ratchet up to like 160 or something as I'm going through and doing them. But these I'm just cruising. You can see there's not a whole lot of like struggle in it, and it's just down and up. Then going into deadlifts at 305, just really casual weight. Things just kind of, just flew up. So I worked on making sure to break that weight from the floor first before starting the rep. Took some time to make sure I wasn't doing a touch and go deadlift, and just carried on through it. And I was a little worried at first, just kind of feeling that like my legs might have been a little bit tired. But then, kind of going into it, something else I'd kind of noticed during my squats, which I kind of neglected to think about here, but something just kind of felt a little weird in my feet. I was just like, man, I don't know what's going on. Something just kind of feels off. It wasn't like I wasn't able to do them anymore, but I could just tell something was kind of weird. And if you look at my feet, I was so in the zone after getting off my bike that I just kind of walked downstairs wearing my tennis shoes. And that extra cushion and support in the soles of the tennis shoes is what was throwing me off and kind of giving me like a weird feeling in the squats and the deadlifts. And then I took them off, and then all of a sudden I just felt rooted and grounded, and things just kind of moved a lot smoother for me because I didn't have that cushion messing up with the distribution of the weight across my feet on the floor. So it's kind of crazy that little bit of softer sole made that much of a difference in just my perception of the weights. I was still able to move it because I certainly had the strength for it, without any sort of question on that. But just having that one variable changed, and just even so, like ever so slightly, just kind of made me go, wait, what's going on? It's one of those things to where like you get in a habit of doing something so much, and then something changes just a little bit that you may not notice right away, but it's something that changes the timing or the feeling just enough to where you have to stop and think like something doesn't feel right about what's going on. What's going on with this? What am I missing on this? So little micro adjustments can kind of happen sometimes because you realize that you've kind of ignored a certain habit that you had that made you adapt into something. But other times making large adjustments like I have with adding, 30 minutes overall of biking in the day, 15 minutes going in the morning to work and 15 minutes coming home right before I work out, has seemingly made differences in my ability to perform the workouts and feel warmed up before going into squats. So that might have solved my difficulty again of just not being warmed up enough. So I'm definitely going to keep doing this. I'm excited to see where this experiment goes and how things progress with it. So I'm looking forward to just kind of keeping up and see what happens.